Warm Middle School, and welcome back to WolfPack News. I'm Levi Hott, and today is Wednesday.
Hi, Warm Springs Middle School. This is Nikki Coles from the Morgan County Partnership. And now it's time for a PSA for the day.
All week, I've been up to a whole host of mischief. Some of you may or may not have heard of it, but a gentleman by the name of Mark Wynne asked me to come over and he said, John, he said, I want you to flood the island with kindness. He said, I'm going to send out 400,000 kindness cards to over 30,000 businesses and homes on the island. He said, we're going to have a lot of fun. I said, okay, Mark, that sounds brilliant. I'm going to come. And we started. We started by being kind to people. We started by talking to people. We started by asking people what made them happy. Did loads and loads of kind things. So people have been very friendly to me since I've been here. So I think somebody mentioned banter earlier. So banter is something a word which is kind of thrown around the place. So it's good to have banter, as I've had with some of you guys. So pretty much every school I've spoken at and every person I've spoken to while I've been here has asked me to say number 3. So if I had £1 for every time I got asked to say number 3, I would have £333. But that's friendly. But when somebody decided to say that what we were doing with our kindness experiment wasn't nice and started sending certain words and negative vibes over our way, we just sent them kindness. So we literally flooded the island with kindness. I've seen people get roses, flowers. I've been pulled over by the cops because we did like drive-by kindness, which effectively means you stop in the middle of the road and you hand out chocolates, flowers and cards to people walking along the street. Tell them they look wonderful. And then the cops pull up and they're like, you can't be doing that, John. We've seen the videos. They're talking about it in the office. And I'm like, would you like a chocolate? And he's there, no, I don't want the chocolate. So I threw a load of chocolates at him. And he very kindly accepted it. So we began up loads of mischief. I was in a room when something amazing happened the other day. I can't go into details because it was a private conversation. But a gentleman shared with us that he misses his family. He hasn't seen them in years. And he feels lonely and he feels lost. And another person in that room told him that he would fly him to Australia to see his family. Now, kindness doesn't always have to cost money. I've spoken at loads of different schools throughout the week while I've been here. And asked loads of the kiddies for ideas to be kind. So they say making your parents breakfast in bed, which is wonderful. Say holding a door open. They had loads of brilliant ideas. But there was one question there was one thing which really struck out at me today was when one of the kids said to me, I asked him, I said, what's it like when people are mean to you? And she said, it feels like you're not even there. It feels like you're dead. This was an 11-year-old child. Can you just think about what it feels like to be bullied? To feel like everyone hates you. No one cares about you. Can you imagine what that feels like? Why? Why do we do it to each other? Like really, why? So I'm a massive fan of quotes. One particular quote which I love, which I created, is live a life of purpose and meaning, live a life that's true to you. And I think it's so important that we live a purposeful life to ourselves. Don't live someone else's life. It's crap. I did it. I lived the life of other people. So how they told me I was, that's how I thought I was. But it's only when I shook all of that off that I actually became me. So there's another really great quote which I love, and it's very, very powerful if you think about it. If you want to see change happen, be kind to others. So when the gentleman told me about that quote, I said to him, wow, that's really, really powerful. So where'd you hear that? He said, John, one of your talks. I'm like, oh, I have another quote. That's 2 quotes. I really, really want you to think about what it feels like to feel like nobody in the world cares about you. To feel like you don't matter. And I want you to throw away that feeling. And I want you to be kind. And I want you to think about the impact of kindness. And how it can change a life. How it can save a life. I know we all go through stuff and days can be hard, nights can be harder, and we all have worries, we all have stresses. But the only way we're going to live a happy and successful life is if we care about each other. Like if we genuinely care. We rise by lifting others up. So I really, really want you to think about the impact of kindness. So it's not just a fluffy thing. But I've been shown a whole host of kindness while I've been here. And none more so by a gentleman of the name of Mark Wynne, some of you who may know, who 2 years ago told me that I was one of the kindest people he ever met. And I started to believe him. And I started to be kind. And I threw away all my clothes. And I made my wife pack up all her stuff and told her we were moving. We didn't move. But I gave myself a title of Chief Kindness Officer because it's what I am. Kindness matters. So I don't like talking about bullying because it's negative. So let's throw that away. Let's get rid of anti-bullying programs and let's put kindness programs in. It's non-religion affiliated. You can believe in what you want. You can be who you are. And we can all have fun. Or like we say in Ireland, we can have great crack. So it's important to not take yourself too seriously, and it's important to be kind, and it's important to watch the clock because I've 45 seconds left. And I've totally winged it. I know it's not perfect, but it's me. I don't care. And I'm perfect being unperfect or imperfect. I don't know what those mean, but I was told to say it by someone up there. You, thanks. But no, really, thank you all for being very kind and listening. And I really want you to think about what I said, because we all matter, each and every one of us. And be kind. And I'm buying.
That was great. Thank you for watching WolfPack News. In the meantime, if you have a story to share with us, you can email wolfpacknewschannel@gmail.com.